Hey there and welcome to the Maximum Travel channel. And in this video, we'll be going through what are the different companies' points program and how we can transfer it out to different other loyalty programs, airline miles, and how we can transfer it out to different airline miles and different frequency flyer miles. So first of all, we'll be going through what are the transferables points currency, which would mean what are the most currencies that are flexible for your travel purchases. So there are three main competitors in Canada for this. So the first would be American Express and its membership rewards points. And American Express actually has different transfer programs, and the most suitable in Canada would be Aeroplan. And the points transfer ratio are 1 to 1, which would mean that if you earn 1 point in American Express membership points, you would have the exact same point in Aeroplan, which would mean that there would be no significant cuts to any of your points you have earned in the membership area of Amex. Next we have his HSBC rewards. So HSBC rewards are actually very valuable when you're trying to fly with KrisFlyer Singapore as well as British Airways. So this can really conclude how the different areas of HSBC can differentiate from Aeroplan or the traditional Air Canada or Air Canada partners. And last but not least, we have is RBC Avion. So Avion points are actually points where you get from RBC credit cards, and you can redeem them with different flyer partners, including British Airways with a 1-to-1 transfer partner, as well as we have different other airlines such as Asia Miles, which is also included with HSBC rewards. Both Asia Miles and British Airways Avios are redeemable with RBC Avion with a 1-to-1 transfer ratio with their different partners in place. So next on the list we have is frequent flyer miles and how we can earn this with different credit cards in Canada. So I think for this I'll cover four main credit cards. So the first one would be Aeroplan and how different banks are catering Aeroplan, including CIBC, TD, and American Express. I'll put up some of the examples up here. So this can be redeemed with a straight out sign-up bonus as Aeroplan points, but there's no hassle in transferring to different partners from maybe British Airways Avion or maybe American Express membership rewards. Next we have is Alaska Miles, and Alaska Miles can be earned from the MBNA credit card, but unfortunately this credit card is actually closed down and is no longer operating in Canada from MBNA. Third on the list we have is Cathay Pacific Asia Miles. So this can be redeemed and actually used and earned with RBC Asia Miles Cathay Pacific card. And this card is actually a great benefit since this is the only card in the whole of Canada that you can earn Asia Miles without any stress of transferring or without any stress of actually learning the different sign-up bonuses, or without any stress of finding the hassle to first find the points in one currency and then transfer it into another program. You have straight out a credit card where you pay with it and you get the points for Asia Miles and you can redeem it anytime you want. And last on the list we have is British Airways Avios, and this is a program where, same as RBC, has launched a credit card where you can use different purchases and you can directly earn British Airways Avios to offset many of the purchases and use these points as a way to travel the world with British Airways. So next up on the list we have is hotel loyalty programs. And in Canada, there's only one major credit card that actually gets hotel loyalty transfers, which would be the Amex Marriott Bonvoy. And Amex has actually collaborated with Marriott to come up with these two credit cards. And this is the only side for Canada, but they aren't quite valuable and are getting deflated by time. So I would recommend, if you're trying to go and find a proper way to earn hotel loyalty programs and you can actually get into the US credit card market, I'll get into that in a future videos where I will be explaining how you can apply for US credit cards and if you're actually eligible for that. So stay tuned for that. But in the US side, we have is Hilton Honors. And Hilton Honors is a very good program where they have a quite valuable system for points. But the benefit of this card I showed right over here is you get a yearly one-night free stay, which can offset the $120 annual fees. And then other loyalty programs we have is Air Miles, we have BMO, we have CIBC, and we have TD with all of their in-house currencies. But I would say these aren't quite valuable when you're trying to travel, but you can definitely look into them, and usually generally you can use points to offset many of the travel purchases you have. But when we're comparing many of the loyalty programs, this is very devalued, and whereas airlines with their loyalty programs from different transfer partners are actually quite at a valuable stake, where you can use points as a valuable method to make a means to travel the world. So these are the different ways you can earn points in the credit card games. And in Canada, I've touched upon the main ones, which would be American Express membership points. We have RBC Avion. And last but not least, we have is the Major Aeroplan. So let me see you in the next video. And if you found this content valuable, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And while you're there, why not like the video? Thanks, and see you in the next one.